What's going on? What's going on? I'm making this video. This is going to be an interesting topic about this video. Um, this one is about minister, pastors, evangelists, but mainly it's preying on women, um, using them for their weakness. Now, some may get upset, some may not get upset, but what I'm saying is absolute truth. Um, I've been out of the church for a long time, but I was born and raised in the church, so I know from what I see and from what I hear. Um, it upsets me that a lot of and now if you're doing what you're supposed to do and accordingly how God tell you to do it, I'm not talking to you. So you shouldn't be getting mad. If you getting upset and mad, that means you're doing something you ain't got no business doing. But anyway, I'm just going ahead and just follow through and say what I'm gonna say, because I was gonna wait for a minute, but I think this is something that has to be said. Stop preying on women and using them for using them for their weakness. You know how much women love God. A lot of men, and this is my thing. If you're a pastor or a minister or a bishop and you're single, you should feel ashamed of yourself because you should have a wife and be married first before going into that status, because when you're single you open up your mind to wander, and I'm a man, so I'm going to speak truth. Well, that's not me. Stop lying. If you're not single, if you're single and you're not married, why aren't you not married? If you're going 3, 4, 5, 6 years and you're not married, there's something wrong with that. I truly believe if you're in that type of status that you should have a wife. My personal opinion, because the simple fact is you open up your mind to wonder. And you can say, well, that's not me. Don't lie. You ain't gotta lie to kick it. So I'm just gonna say it how it is. I don't care how much in the Bible and how much you say you pray and all that. Stop lying. It's been a lot of lying in churches here lately. All the and oh and God said, you ain't gotta put on a show. Just talk. People need to hear truth. So stop lying to these people and tell them the truth. The truth is going to set you free. You should know better, because what you're doing is you're playing with fire and you're going to get burnt. Now, like I said, if you're doing what you're supposed to accordingly, I'm not talking to you. These is for the ones that's being sneaky. You a whole entire wolf, and you put a sheep's disguise on to try to disguise yourself as a sheep, a big sheep, and knowing good well you're a big bad wolf. Cut it out. Cut it out. Just do everybody a favor and just stop, because it's not only you speaking lies into people's life, but yet you're also being sneaky and manipulative and cunning. I've seen a lot of ministers in churches that play their cards. You playing a card like, oh yeah, people gonna show you their respect because you're a pastor or you're a minister, of course, but that don't give you the right to abuse it. People come to church to get that freedom, to hear the word, to hear truth, to hear love. If you showing true love and you preaching true love, of course people are going to receive it. But if you sitting there playing people's weakness, that's dangerous. And then you abuse people. You may not say, oh, I don't abuse nobody. Yes, you do. Physically and mentally, you do. If you're using people and people trying to get somewhere and make it, but yet you don't want to see them exceed and excel, you can't call yourself a pastor or a minister. You should feel ashamed of yourself, especially if you're ridiculing and persecuting somebody. Prime example: if a woman ain't got no other clothes than the clothes that she wears, let's just say hypothetically she just come off the street, or she just want to stop stripping, or whatever the case may be, she may not have the appropriate clothes. It's not up to you to sit here and persecute her or ridicule her for what she has. Because some people are going through it. It's a lot going on in this world. So it's not your job to sit here and persecute her and ridicule her for what is she coming into church because God probably told her to. But yeah, you so stuck up in your ways and caught in your ways, religion and tradition. Oh, I'm gonna do it like this. No, it's times, and I don't regret anything I'm saying. Sometimes it's best for you to shut up and let God do what He do. Period. Because God is unlimited. He's supreme. He's the infinity God. He's an infinity king. Can't nobody tell him nothing. Period. He's not going to persecute or ridicule nobody. He's going to show them love. And he's going to tell them what to do. But you have a lot of pastors and ministers that's stuck in the religion, in the traditional way. Oh, this and this and now. You think you're better than. Sit your tail down and let God do what He do. Because little do you know, you gonna play with fire, you gonna eventually get burned. I guarantee you. There's a lot of bad stuff and evil stuff going on in this world. We don't need to come to church and have to worry about, oh, this pastor and this minister doing this, and you persecuting, and Be quiet. Sit your tail down before you hurt yourself. And then what you're doing is, churches are supposed to be growing, not decreasing. By you sitting there pointing the finger, this and this and this and this, shame, this and this. Well, God said this and God said that. Sit down. Sit down. You're going to really hurt yourself. You don't need to sit here and do the Baptist or Pentecostal or this is for a little bit for everybody. I'm going to be honest. The Pope, the nuns, undercover. Stop doing the undercover crap. Just cut it out. If you're going to do something, do it. If you're going to have that title, just like the police officers, don't abuse it. Because little do you know, you playing with fire, you're going to get burnt. Some cops may think, oh, I won't get caught. Let's let that be that. But we're not talking about cops right now. We'll say that for a whole nother topic. What we're talking about now is if you have a calling to save souls, do what you're supposed to be doing and don't fake it until you make it. The ones who gets upset and mad, these are the ones I'm talking about. If you're doing nothing wrong, this is not for you. But I am going to address it because I see it, I hear it. There's a lot of people going to church and they're getting abused. What is really going on? Tell the truth. Stop lying. The truth will set you free. Like I said, I ain't been in church for a long time, but I speak truth. I don't know, quote the Bible, and I'm not going to sit and preach somebody's head off. All I do is I like to see people exceed and excel. Likewise, if you're a pastor or minister, you should want to do the exact same thing. You shouldn't be sneaking and doing stuff. I just seen not too long ago on, I think it was Instagram or TikTok, one of the two. It was a pastor. He was sitting in one spot. He had a belt, and all his bishops and whoever else, his ministers, they had belts in their hand. And he was you had all, this is a prime example. You had all the women in the front, the men in the back. But he was just mainly hitting a woman like in the front. Like you wasn't moving around. Like, I'm just say this. You all should feel ashamed of yourself. I don't know if this is in a foreign country. I believe it was here in the U.S. because it looked like it wasn't here in the U.S. But it was all black church. You should feel ashamed of yourself. bring your belt on whooping. We ain't slaves. Get on somewhere with that. God ain't tell you to bring out no belt. Stop lying to these people. These people are coming up for a word because they are going through something. So they need you as a pastor or a minister to do your job. Do what you're supposed to be doing. Minister and witnessing them and helping them and give them encouragement. Uplift them. Show them how to tap into the power. But you want to be selfish and hold it for yourself. But in the process, while you're doing it, you're lusting and you're fiending. Like I said, whatever church it was, you should feel ashamed of yourself. And then another post, you're fighting in the church. What reason do you have to fight in the church? Like I said, it's too much going on in this world. Too many evil people. It's too many wolves in sheep's clothing. Sit your tail down before you play with fire and you're going to get burned. Seriously, this is not a threat. It's the truth. There's churches here in San Antonio. There's churches here in Houston. You're abusing your title. Why? Why? You think you're going to get ahead? You think you're going to get a thrill? No, man. You're going to eventually get in. You're going to get caught. And like I said, it ain't going to be pretty. Because you can forgive and forget. Oh, and turn the other cheek. God said turn it. No. Let's not play that card. Don't do that. Like I said, some people then turn the other cheek, then turn the left, then turn the right. They did it 4 or 5 times. How many more times you think people could sit there and get punched in the face or slapped in the face? Not too many times. Like I said, if you're going to do your job, do it right. If not, sit your tail down. Do us all a favor. And like I said, a lot of people can discern. You got some people with some strong auras, and I know people are like, I don't believe in that. You don't have to believe in it. It's the truth of the matter. It's what God created, and it exists, so people can feel it. It's just like, oh, I'm not feeling right or comfortable coming to church. You shouldn't. If you get that, if people get that feeling, that church ain't for them. But what really gets under my nerve, under my skin, and makes me really upset. Oh, you preach a good word. And you get these women all in their emotions and their feelings because they're going through something. So they come to church to get that relief. And you're praying on them. You're praying on them. You're a wolf in sheep's clothing. Stop. Do us all a favor. You're better off of being in the club. I'm being honest. So if you're sitting there lusting and fuming after women, you need to be in the club. You don't need to be a pastor, minister, or you don't need to have no title. Abusing your power. And then you the very one having a bottle and sneaking your drinks and cussing like a sailor. Why? It's pointless. No one on this earth is perfect. Everybody makes mistakes. But if you got that type of title, that's what I'm saying. You shouldn't be doing what you're doing. If you're going to do something, pull away from it and go do what you got to do. Because it ain't for, just like they say college ain't for everybody, being a pastor and minister ain't for everybody. It's not everybody's calling. You may think it's your calling, but it's not. Stop preying on women. Stop using them for weaknesses, their weaknesses, and preying on them. And then you just fuming and then looking at them. Yeah, you got the bird's eye view. Like I said, if you're in those type of positions, you should be married. You should have a whole entire wife. And if you have a wife and you sneak into doing stuff, these are also for the ones that sneak into doing stuff. You're going to get caught. And ain't no prayer in the world going to save you. So the best thing you need to do is sit your tail down. I may make a second video. Like I said, once I post this, some may come for me. But like I said, do not come for me. You don't want to do that. Because you will get checked. Have a wonderful day. If you like this video, subscribe to this video and press all notifications. I greatly appreciate it. And like I said, let's just all show love. It needs more love in this world. is really needed right now. So help and do it the right way. Don't be fake and a fraud. Don't be sneaking and doing stuff. Your heart has to be in it. If your heart ain't in it, do us all a favor and sit down. See y'all later.